driven a lot of people into fire. And the altar that they create, large stones and tablets that people worship, these are the ones that are going to be the furnace. They're going to be part and parcel of the things that will kick heat in the hellfire. In case you don't understand, Allah said, "Alayha malaikatun gilazun shidadun la ya'asuna Allah ma amaru wa yaf'aluna ma yu'marun." Besides that, there are angels who are very stern, powerful. They execute exactly what Allah has asked them to execute, and they don't flinch. They do exactly what Allah has required them to do. So this is so very scary when we begin to understand the implication of what we should do as human beings living on earth, trying to live the best conduct that Allah has sent to mankind through the Quran and through Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so we are in the world that is so very needy. Scientists and sociologists and social scientists are trying their best to make the society that we live in good, but the moral fiber have been destroyed, totally decapitated. We need help. Sometimes they say the sickness of society today is even deeper than the most ferocious sickness we can ever think of. That is the moral decay that we live in. In fact, it begins also in the household, and eventually the children inherit it and they bring it outside. It also begins in the places of worship, the places of work, communities, establishment. If we are not doing the right thing that Allah has asked us to do in conjunction with what the teachers of righteousness have asked us to do, then definitely we're going to fall in something we call quagmire. Quagmire is a situation that it is so sticky that you can't help yourself to get yourself away from that system, even if you try the best that you can. So this is the kind of life that we live in. And I think it's about time that each and every one of us should do the best that we can to right the wrong that is going in the society. And if you are going to say, okay, the leader have to do it first, no, you have to begin from yourself. Once you begin from yourself, it reflects outside and people going to see. And then eventually we could change the status quo. Other than that, we are in a very serious mess. We have reached epidemic proportion. We have reached a situation that we need help. And mankind is yearning for that particular help. And so therefore we have to raise our voice to let everybody understand that the situation we are in is terrible. Allah said in the Quran, وَظَنَّ أَهْلُهَا أَنَّهُمْ قَادِرُونَ عَلَيْهَا آتَاهَا أَمْرُنَا لَيْلًا أَوْ نَهَارًا. That verse that I've just quoted right now is saying that there's going to be a time that nations, people on earth, they will be thinking that they are the leaders, they are the powerful men. Whatever they say goes. They are the leaders. In fact, they think of themselves as gods. Annahum qadiruna. Then Allah said, Alayha ataha amuruna. Then I will send them my situation. But that situation will come laylan aw nahar. It will be in the night or in the day. And that is very true, because right now as we sit here, some nation is mourning already. Some nation is doing zuhur, some asar, some have even entered yesterday very close to getting to Isha because of the tilting of the globe on its axis. So the Quran is right again. Laylan aw nahar. The situation will be seen by people all over the world, but some will see it in the day and some will see it in the night. And so morality begins, like I said, in the house. Today, the world have been in the hands of a lot of people. Back in the days, our great-grandfather's time, wealth is nothing. It's good, but it's nothing. But today, wealth is everything. The moment you have wealth, you could do whatever you want. You could spoil your children all what you want. Do whatever you want to do with them. Take them to places that is not even necessary. And they see all these things and they begin to pride themselves. It happens like that. And so when they get entangled with certain situation or certain way of life that is outside their scope of way of life, it becomes problematic. I met a man, he's from Niger State, and I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, part of the United States. It's a state. And I wanted to do a program. And he came, he was so happy he'd seen his brother. He came, he was talking. And he was telling me that he just brought 3 of his children, took them from Niger State to the United States, and they were very young. So how old are they? 8 years and 12 years and 15 years old. And they're going to go to school in America. And I just told him, I said, do you want a piece of advice from me? If you seek advice from me, I would rather let them stay home and let them do their education. Once they grow up and they become people of great repute, they can think and process information on their own. Then you could bring them. Because the society that you brought your children in is going to give you a lot of problem. So he broached it like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm speaking from experience. I have seen a lot of people that come after Salatul Jum'ah. The Imam will say, Muhammad Awal, don't go home. Just wait for us. About 5 different people. He will say, wait. We would like to, give you something to do. In other words, you are taking these guys, these husbands, to their homes. I said, what do you mean? He said, because their wife kicked them out of the house. And these wives were taken from Africa. The man's in America or Germany or France working so very hard to bring his family in. Some have tried many times. They couldn't make it. But finally, they get the visa for their wives and they brought them back to the western part of the world. And once they stay within 4 or 5 years, they got a lot of friends. And they see on TV what is going on. In the western part of the world, the women are more powerful than the men. It don't matter how you've been there many years. Once you bring your wife, she is powerful than you, no matter who you are. And so she kicked him out of the house, his own house. But he's been living there for 11 years, and she just came in like 4 years ago. So we have to take these people back to their houses and beg the women to take them back. Wallahi, some, if we go, ring the bell, bing, bing. They say, who? They just look through that small little hole and they see me or somebody else. They say, this is Muhammad Awal, Allah, open the door. So, okay, Sheikh, okay, let me open the door. So once she opened the door, she don't open it all the way. There is a string that is attached to it. So she opened to some extent. So she scanned and she see her husband with us. She said, no, man, Sheikh, with all due respect, I would like to just take him back to where you get him. I don't want him here. Take him back. Ladaya isa, ba na bukatan sa a cikin gidan nan. Kaza da shauransu. Please, just take him back. Say, then Allah, please, for God's sake, it's cold outside. The guy is going to freeze. Where is he going to sleep? In the masjid? I can't take him to my house. I got my wife and my children. So please, we're begging you. All right. She opened the door and she sit down. And you know how he sits? Do you know how he sits? He sits like this. And he need help. That's his house. But he can't do anything. Women, they are the pull and pullers of everything. So now we say, please, just whatever he do, we are here to solve the problem. We don't want you to say anything. He's not going to say anything. We just want to mediate and make sure everything is okay, this and that. And she said, well, as we're speaking, all of a sudden, he will go like this. That we should talk some more, so that he could stay and stuff. So she said, okay, I'm going to allow him. But if he do it again, he's leaving the house again. He said, wallahi, Sheikh, it's just because of you. I'm just shy of you and I'm going to let him in. But if he plays some games, in fact, out the door. I said, okay. So we thank her and everything. Once we go outside, now we're going home. He's going to come out and lead us. He said, thank you very much. Sheikh, thank you very much. And we said, look, just be cool, man. Just don't go fighting. If anything happens, just take it easy. It's like the other way around. Back in Africa, it's not like that. It's the other way around here. But over there, it's the other way around again. So you see, so once he comes in, he sits down and she's the boss. He can scold the children. He can beat them and spank them. And he can't tell her what to go or what not to go. So now all of a sudden, she's sitting down with him and she get a phone call. She pick it up. Yes. Okay. Then she look at him. Okay. All right. Oh, no problem. Okay, I will come. All right. I don't know who she's speaking at the other end. We don't know, and he doesn't know. And she said, okay, I gotta do overtime, so I'm going to work. And The food for the children is in the freezer. You could heat your soup, this and that. When she get out of the door, maybe she's not going to work. Maybe it's somebody else. I don't know. But that is the situation that we are in today. And a lot of children from Ghana, Gambia, Nigeria, man, you forget about what you see. The real thing is over there. Say, where are you from? Are you Hausa from where? From Nigeria. From Nigeria. What are you doing in the street? And my dad, man, he brought us here. You know, this is he left us, and somehow the system got it. So we are here. And can I have $1? Can you have $1? A lot of them. That is the total moral breakdown. We think we're doing service to them. It's better for them to stay here and educate themselves. Once they grow, maybe they could go back and do their degree. But to take the children out in the States or Germany, western part of the world, me, I'm against that. But if you want to do it, fine. That is your take. But really, what is happening there is terrible. You have a lot of people. Wallahi, he's my cousin in London. Wallahi, his daughter, when he got a baby, her, I flew from United States to London just to be happy, you know, for the naming ceremony. Hold her up, she's a kid. But she became 14 years old. And he came home one day and she was on the phone. And he said, what are you doing? Talking on the phone around 10 o'clock. He said, it's not your business, Dad. And he had a temper. He said, what? He spanked her. She started crying. She went to her room and she shut the door and she called who? Bureau of Child Welfare. Wallahi, child abuse. So they came in and then they put it behind him. They took him away. Finally, eventually, with strong connections from attorneys, he was let out. And they say unto him, do not come to this house.